Final race is a good one. It's a Class 3 over the 1,200 metres, headed by, with a scratching of Sir Red-a-Lot. It is now Best Step who carries saddlecloth number 1. Neil Callan in the saddle. Massive Pocket, just his second start. Elite Boy, a runner-up behind Ugly Warrior last time out. I'm the Conquest, Store Weather for the first time, as it is for Speedy King. Pakistan Baby, a 4-time winner, all been over the 1,200 at Happy Valley. And down to Super Junior and Karis Teton from Barrier 3, also on the dirt for the first time. Back at the touchscreen to have a look at the speed map for this one, Brett. And Elite Boy, well, he was brilliant when winning a couple of starts back and far from disgrace behind Ugly Warrior last time out.
Yeah, he chased a pretty decent one, didn't he? There's plenty of pace in this, and he's got the option, hasn't he, Andrew, from barrier number 1 here, Zach Burton. He can kick through and lead. If they really want to press the issue, these other horses, Massive Pocket, who was good in a recent trial, Best Step comes into the race. He was leading at the Valley last start for a portion. We know Winning Supreme potentially might want to roll on too. Happy Meteor's rarely far away, could be kicking in there. I'm the Conquest, ran a better race, Super Junior. There's heaps of pace here. If the backmarkers can get into it, might be one for them maybe.
All right, we'll find out in due course. What have you got for us, Paul?
Well, the first one we'll look at is Massive Pocket. Now, he only had the one start and he pulled up lame after the race, so clear excuses. And he's a horse that always goes well on the surface in the morning. You can see he's pinging along here nicely. He's trialled well, and he's by Stratum going here. Barrier 4, and he goes nicely. Happy Meteor is another one that does like the surface as well. And he didn't run too badly on the turf a couple of starts ago as well. He comes in with a series of fourths, so he's a pretty fit horse going into this particular contest. And the other one, Super Junior. Now, he's by Maglidoro, which is the same as Classic Emperor. We saw what happened when Classic Emperor got onto the all-weather for the first time, and he's a recent trial winner on the surface. He's very fit with a light weight, so I think he's got a few ticks there as well. All
right, he's a double-figure price at the moment. Let's go back to Matthew Chadwick, though, chatting with Ed Sadler about I'm a Conquest.
I'm the Conquest, Matthew, who's a horse that you've had a bit to do with here in Hong Kong. Do you feel like he's now starting to find some form?
I thought he was a couple of starts ago. I thought it was slightly disappointing last time. I thought he had a nice run throughout, and I expect him to come around them and run over the top of them. So it's slightly disappointing in the straight, but he seemed to work again. Another horse that works on it well in the morning. So hopefully, if he just keeps going through the gears in the straight, then he won't stop.
Looking at his overseas form too, a winner on the all-weather in Ireland at Dundalk, do you think this might be his surface?
Well, as you said, overseas form, his form's been pretty good on Polytrack as well, I think. So I don't think, as I said, he works pretty well in the morning. He's gone with a couple of partners and he's gone through his gears nicely. So that's why I was a bit disappointed last time. So if he can pull what he's done, take what he's done in the morning to the race day, then he should be right up there.
All right, that's I'm a Conquest and Matthew Chadwick. We'll keep moving, though. We're going to have a look at our favourite, and that is Elite Boy, because say when he won, he was very impressive. This is the run with Ugly Warrior, though, but still, Ugly Warrior is one of the best on the surface we've got at the moment.
He is. The key to Elite Boy's chance for me tomorrow, I think, is the barrier. It's a very strong race. He's a horse going forward. They put that one-eyed blinker on last start with the one cow, and you can see why he sort of still wanted to hang in there. We saw the start before when he won. He was right up against the rail. He still wanted to hang in and he had nowhere to go. So the rail's the best spot for him. I'm not sure whether they're going to be able to iron that issue out, but if they can, he's going to find an extra length or so. He should get a lovely run in the race, whatever the situation.
He actually whacked into the rail, didn't he, in the straight? He's a bit wayward. I think barrier 1's a bad barrier for him.
You do? You'd rather see him out in the middle of the track?
Yeah, I'd rather see him in the middle. I reckon against the rail with that extra pace, you know what I mean? If he doesn't, if horses cross him and he starts getting dirt in his face, it could be a problem.
Oh, that's a fair point. I think if from a home stretch...
I'm with you, Brett.
Home stretch scenario, I wouldn't like to see him out in the middle because he's just going to want to hang down to that rail. He'll be hanging like the barn door.
Yeah, this is Massive Pocket, though. Just his second start. It was quite well fancied on debut.
Yeah, I think you made a little case for him too, Massive Pocket, Paul.
I did. I've got him in the numbers again. I thought he'd gone well leading into that particular race. He had excuses and he's trialled well recently. So, I've definitely got him in there.
Yeah, this is his trial leading in. Interesting, there was monetary support for him on debut too. Just like the way he powered away there last little few metres. If he doesn't do it here on the dirt, I'll be waiting for him at the Valley.
Yeah, and he's trialled well on the surface here with Encore Boy and Dundonald, actually, on the all-weather. So that looked pretty good to my eye. final race, though, Paul? What do you like?
Yeah, well, odds on is Elite Boy, and I know you guys probably obviously like him, hearing that, but I've got him in for second. I'm going to put Super Junior in to beat him because he's bred for the surface and he's a recent trial winner on it. So I've got him on top to beat Elite Boy. Rather have seen him drawn 3, 4, 5 rather than 1, because if he gets crossed, I think he could be in a bit of trouble. Massive Pocket, as we've talked about, a nuclear power likes the surface. 12, 4, 2, 3. But I like the 12 at an each way price.
Yeah, I take your point, Paul. If he does get crossed, then he could probably be in some congestion. But I think he's probably the horse to beat. I don't know if I'd step into the odds on. Happy Meteor, Pakistan Baby, likely to run a big race after those colours wowed the crowd on the weekend. I've got the I'm the Conquest in on this occasion. So 4, 7, 10, 5. I'm going to play exotics. I'll bank of the 4 with a whole heap of numbers there for a trio.
Right, OK, that was race number 8, final on the programme. As far as the stats for this meeting is concerned, well, Frankie Law had a pretty good Sunday, could have a pretty good Wednesday as well.
He's going really well, isn't he? Look, he's 24% win rate here on the all-weather. He's had 42 runners, a decent amount, 10 wins, 4 seconds and thirds, and Turin Red Star I think is going to be really tough to beat, so I think he can add to that stat. All
right, so pretty tough to beat. Does that make him the best bet?
It does, yeah. I think he can win it. 3-time winner on the all-weather overseas. Comes here for the first time. Like him. And I like Starlight in each way. The long shot there, he's a horse I think is just about to run into some good form. And the player of the day in race 7, a couple of Turins there, Red Star and Pearl, and Mickey Rich to add the value.
There's always some value to be found on the dirt. I'm going to go 5-2, Lotus Breeze, Chad Schofield. This horse gets the drop in grade. Mark Cooler, 7-11, unacceptable last start, back onto the dirt, key. And 3-6-9, I think that's the solid cue of the night in race 6.
All right, best for me, Master Bernini in race number 6, onto the all-weather for the first time. And Massive Pocket, we just had a look at him there. Race 8, number 2, should be a decent each-way price, his second start, and we'll do the QQP around him, Elite Boy and Super Junior. All right, that wraps up the preview as far as Sha Tin is concerned. But we're back again to Sha Tin on the weekend for more group racing, Queen Mother.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, that'll be a great race in itself. And I think if you can get a few of those exotics right on Wednesday night, Andrew, you'll need a Massive Pocket.
Yeah. There's an interesting first start on the weekend as well, Paul.
Yeah, Montreal, looking forward to seeing him go round, and Eagle Way trying to defend his ground on the Queen Mother. So some good racing coming up. All
right, but that's the show. Thanks for watching. On behalf of Paul Brett and the rest of the team, hope we'll see you at Sha Tin on Wednesday night when we will be racing to win.
Good night.